If you guys missed it, Hall H was on full blast the other day.
Yeah.
So the Marvel Games had a huge panel at Hall H. They talked about all these new games, Marvel Battle Lines, which is huge. It's a card game, over 100 characters that you can play as. We have Marvel Strike Force. You have announced Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel you can play as, coming out soon, which is going to be great. Also, we can't forget Marvel Spider-Man. They unveiled a new PlayStation 4 Pro. It's brand new, it's red, the first PlayStation 4 red with the white logo. It's gorgeous. Also, they showed new gameplay trailers and a brand new suit, the Velocity suit, made by our very own Adi Granov, which is beautiful. We have some special panels coming up today about that, so check around for that. Also, Marvel's Power United VR, which is coming out July 26th. New characters, Doctor Strange, Captain America, Iceman, Storm, Wolverine, the list continues. It was a beautiful panel. It was awesome. Talking a lot about like origin stories in Marvel, but what about your origin story? How did you start as a writer and how did you get to work for Marvel?
Well, I knew I was going to be a writer when I was about 8 years old, so a lot of it was just like going through school and doing like literary magazine in high school and then going and getting degrees in writing. But the first work I did for Marvel was actually the Avengers No More Bullying anthology, and I wrote a Guardians of the Galaxy story for that.
Let's talk about it. One of the most powerful women in Marvel. How was it like writing that?
Well, it's definitely a responsibility, and Carol's not, she's not easy. She doesn't work with just anybody. She makes trouble for about 2 years, and then finally she'll cough up her story. But this one was super personal. It's super emotional. You know from my past talks with you that I can barely talk about it without sobbing. So like it's close to home, and that's where all the good stuff for a creator really happens.
What made you go, I want to do an origin story for Carol Danvers?
Partly there was a feeling that we needed to really like get it clear and straight for everyone as we knew a broader audience was coming to the story, to Carol from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But really also, Carol had never really, Kelly Sue DeConnick is like a goddess, and she really invented this sort of modern take on Captain Marvel. So this is really just layering and building on what she set in motion about 6 or 7 years ago now.
As this series continues, what can fans look, without giving any secrets and spoilers, what can fans look forward to?
It's a very real story. It's a super emotional story, and the stakes will just get bigger and bigger. And by the end, you will kind of understand what makes her tick. And you will see her story in an entirely new light.
I had such an amazing journey at Marvel. What is it, so as the Chief Creative Officer for the fans at home, what does that day look like for you?
It's hard to describe because every day is completely different, right? So like you guys asked me how the show was today. This is my first time at the show today because I've been in the room working. So I literally was just reviewing a script, sending in notes. It was a comic script this time, but later on it could be a TV script, it could be something from animation. I still draw a little bit here and there. The only way I could describe it is that whatever is at the top of my email queue is the next thing that gets dealt with. So, and for someone like me who has a very limited attention span, it's a fun job because every day is completely different. There literally is no day that's exactly the same.
How long is your usual email queue of a day?
Well, my phone's over there. I won't show, but I think as of yesterday, I had. On the Marvel side, I had like 4,000 emails still waiting. On the personal side, I had about 198 emails still waiting.
That's the population of a small town.
That physically hurt me.
Oh my gosh.
I saw the rays in my eyes. Like,
in fairness, a lot of those emails are just stuff like, okay, I don't need to see this. I don't need to see this. Right? It's like stuff like our dailies that come in and just a warning. Hey, there's new dailies up. There's this and that. But a lot of it's also work. It's just stuff that we gotta keep on top of.
And I want to introduce the two amazing gentlemen to my left. Right here we have Matt Youngberg, the executive producer, and we have to his left we have Frank Angones, the co-producer and story editor, both of DuckTales on Disney. Gentlemen, thank you guys so much for being here today.
Of course,
welcome.
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
So you both are working on, I would say, one of the most iconic Disney shows out there right now.
I would definitely say that.
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
I mean, no pressure, but this is awesome, and we're all very excited.
What is it like working on that?
It's amazing. It really is. It's a lot of hard work because we love the property so much. We love DuckTales so much that it's just this amazing feeling every day to be able to go into work and say, I work on DuckTales. This was the thing that shaped my childhood. It shaped my artistic direction in life in so many ways. And it's like to be able to go to work and say I'm working on DuckTales is just kind of the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, one of the things that we always talk about in terms of our crew, because we have this unbelievable crew, and the perfect person to work on a DuckTales crew is a person who's 50% so unbelievably excited they can't believe they get to work on this thing they loved as a kid, and 50% so terrified of messing it up every day that we work extra hard and not sleep. Yeah.
That sounds literally like my life right now.
Yeah.
So with this, you guys are working with an incredible cast. And just to name a few, you have David Tennant, you have Bob Schwartz, you have Bobby Monahan. What is working with this amazing, diverse cast of like comedians and like talented actors?
It's amazing. I use the word amazing a lot when talking about DuckTales, and the cast is part of that amazement. And the really key thing about these actors was finding actors who embodied the types of characters we were trying to portray in DuckTales. And I mean, we searched high and low, and like when we found these actors, they embodied exactly what we needed from the characters, and they bring so much life to them. So it's like we had this idea, this vision for these characters, but as the actors were coming in, we kind of re-envisioned the characters a little bit to match the personalities of the actors.
We used to record Ben Schwartz and Danny Pudi together all the time, and we had to book an extra 2 hours for just them. Mostly freestyle rapping. Yeah, it was mostly freestyle rap battling. Yeah.
That's so good.
So jealous of missing out on that.
Where's the footage? Can we have this? Can we have it?
It is really fun.
It is very incriminating. Yeah.
You talk about family a lot. That's a big theme in this show. What do you draw from your personal family or your inspiration to get you working on this show as well?
Well, I come from a family of 9 children.
Wow.
And so when we're working with DuckTales, it's like a huge family. And so it's easy to pull things from my life and like contextualizing these characters in this family. One of the first things we did when we started thinking about what to do with the series and the characters and the family was talking about the triplets.
Bring a single Marvel character onto DuckTales. Who would you choose?
Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham, 100%.
Spider-Ham,
Spider-Ham,
yes,
Spider-Ham. 1,000,000%.
Oh man.
Okay, why? I gotta ask why.
Say it one more time, it might actually happen.
You want to harmonize?
Yes.
Spider-Ham. Yeah, no, I mean, Howard the Duck is the obvious choice.